So hello everyone, I welcome you all to the Testbook Super Coaching and आज के सेशन में हम बात करने वाले हैं अबाउट द कंट्रोल यूनिट डिज़ाइन. ओके, सो कंप्यूटर आर्किटेक्चर में कंट्रोल यूनिट डिज़ाइन से बेसिक क्वेश्चंस हमें देखने को मिलते हैं एंड इन दिस वी विल सी अबाउट द कैरेक्टराइजेशन ऑफ okay, so characterization of the like whatever the architecture we are considering. Okay, so very good evening, good afternoon everyone. So first of all, you can use my code Prasoon to get the maximum discount. Okay, and also you can visit my official Telegram group and you can visit. So this is the only Telegram group available. Okay, for my channel. Okay, so you can go through Prasoon Sir Testbook and you can get the daily notification about the classes and other respective thing. Okay, so this is our Testbook Super Coaching app. Here you will get attain free live classes and free practice session, free mock test and free quizzes and free PDF. Okay, so all the information regarding it will be updated on the app itself. Okay, so move करते हैं सबसे पहला control unit. What do you mean by control unit? Okay, so control unit का मतलब क्या होता है? Basically हम जितनी भी इंस्ट्रक्शन को एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं दैट शुड बी परफॉर्म्ड इन सम सेट ऑफ सीक्वेंस. ओके, सो कुछ सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन हम कंप्यूटर्स को देते हैं और वो इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, बट in the mid of that what will happen, it will take the operand, it will take the operator and it will perform some steps and these steps are what known as signals. ठीक है, इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? These are called as a signals. And when we call these as a signal means what? These control signals what is what managed and coordinated सारे कंपोनेंट के बीच में जितने भी सिग्नल फ्लो होते हैं थ्रू द हेल्प ऑफ दीज बसेस, बस जो कनेक्ट करते हैं सारे डिवाइसेस को, दीज आर मैनेज्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस कंट्रोल यूनिट. ओके, सो धीरे धीरे हम समझेंगे कंट्रोल यूनिट का कितना इंपॉर्टेंस है. ठीक है, सो इट इज अ क्रूशियल रोल इन मैनेजिंग द ऑपरेशन ऑफ द एंटायर कंप्यूटर सिस्टम. ठीक है, तो कोई भी कंट्रोल लाइक अगर कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन होता है, लेट्स से ऐड a comma b. Okay, so it is taking this instruction and it is generating some set of sequence, some set of instruction, some set of you can say signals for performing some operation. Like ये instruction किस memory location पे होगा, वो memory location को वहाँ से वो data fetch करना, तो एक control signal generate करना किस memory location present है. Then we can say it is performing some read operation, so it is running in the T2 clock cycle. Okay, so साथ ही साथ clock cycle में कितने clock cycle में कितने number of control signal generate हो रहे हैं for every instruction. Okay, so that is what the work of what control unit. Okay, so अगर हम देखें तो instruction किस तरह execute है, how instruction are getting executed. So in our computer system this will be done in the 3 phase. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? फेच एग्जीक्यूशन साइकिल. ओके, सो फेच एग्जीक्यूशन साइकिल में हम क्या देखते हैं? वी हैव अ कंस्ट्रक्टिव manner of this, like it is going to initially fetch the instruction at which memory location the instruction is present. Okay, then after that it is going to decode it. Okay, what actual operation it is going to perform. ठीक है, क्या actual operation perform होने वाला है, then it is going to be executed. Okay, so what happens? As a user write in high level language. Okay, and that high level language needs to be converted into binary में conversion होना है और क्या appropriate operand किस binary code form में represent होगा, then after that it is going to execute that. Okay, so that is the concept behind this fetch execution cycle. We can see it is fetching, it is decoding and then it is executing. ठीक है, तो ये तीन हमारा पास क्या है, रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? फेच एग्जीक्यूशन साइकिल. ओके, सो दिस कीप्स रिपीटिंग अंटिल द पावर इज ऑफ और द सिस्टम फेलियर इज देयर. कंटिन्यूअस एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए हम ये यूज करते हैं. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट अगर देखें माइक्रो ऑपरेशंस क्या होते हैं, तो किसी भी इंस्ट्रक्शन को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए, किसी भी इंस्ट्रक्शन को अगर हमें एग्जीक्यूट करना है तो देयर आर सम सेट ऑफ सीक्वेंस, some set of operations need to perform. और ये combination क्या हमें बताते हैं? अगर ये कुछ set of sequence है तो इस set of sequence को हम क्या बोलते हैं? These are what we called as a micro operations. Okay, so each is what? Each is holding some signals as well. ठीक है, हर क्या है अपने लिए एक सिग्नल होल्ड कर रहा है। तो अगर हम पीसी की बात करें तो देयर विल बी टू टाइप्स ऑफ सिग्नल, वन इज व्हाट इन एंड सेकंड वन इज व्हाट आउट। ठीक है, तो दो सिग्नल हम यूज करते हैं किसी भी सर्किट के लिए, सबसे पहला इन एंड सेकंड वन इज आउट। ओके, so in means what, we have to generate this. So first of all, PC out will be generated, means what, PC data is available, PC का data क्या है, available है to take that where that particular address is lying. Okay, program counter means what, where the current instruction is present, it is pointing to that address. Okay, so कहाँ पे वो डेटा प्रेजेंट है, तो PC out and PC in, these are what, if I am writing PC out and PC in, these are what control signals. Okay, so अभी हम नेक्स्ट माइक्रो इंस्ट्रक्शन में देखेंगे कि किस तरह PC in और PC out ये सब सिग्नल्स कैसे वर्क करते हैं। तो इनिशियल एक जनरल सीक्वेंस बात करें किसी भी इंस्ट्रक्शन को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए, तो इट इज initially the program counter will point where this instruction is present in the memory, कहाँ पे present है memory में, then we can say MAR, so it is going to store the memory address into the memory address register. Okay, memory address register में store करता है, then PC is incremented, suppose the initial address was 1000, suppose the initial address was 1000, so it is PC was initially pointing to this location, यहाँ पे point कर रहा था. So so add R1 R2 means what, here we are what, adding the content of R2 and R1 and we are storing result into the R1. Okay, so that is the concept. Okay, so initially PC is pointing to the 1000 and then PC is incremented and we are incrementing with PC plus 4, so it is represented by 4. Okay, so next location 1004 will be pointed. Next MDR पे हम क्या करते हैं, MDR holds the data or instruction. Okay, so when we are holding some data or instruction, so that will be transferred from MAR to the MDR. Okay, memory data register. Okay, next instruction register, if we say the instruction register क्या करता है, तो it is going to check what are the operand, what is the opcode and how many bits are required to convert that. ठीक है, तो कितने बिट्स में ये कन्वर्ट होगा, सपोज एड इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू सम बिट्स से 111011. सिमिलरली अगर हम R1 को देखें तो R1 भी कुछ बिट्स में कन्वर्टेड होंगे, R2 भी कुछ बिट्स में कन्वर्टेड होंगे, तो ये कन्वर्जन का काम क्या है, IR का है. सो व्हाट इज डूइंग, IR is decoding and finally executing. And at last R1 and R2 content are added and stored into the R1. Okay, so this is what the basic micro operations performed for any instruction. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे अभी कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स किस तरह जनरेट हो रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो की फंक्शन क्या है, सबसे पहले देखते हैं की फंक्शन. तो सबसे पहला इंटरप्रिटेशन, इंस्ट्रक्शन का इंटरप्रिटेशन मीन्स व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन इट इज, whether it is a multiplicative instruction, whether it is a addition instruction, move instruction, jump instruction, jumping to the specific location. So those type of instruction interpretation is going on. Then instruction decoding. Okay, so what operands and operators converted into the binary, we need to convert into the binary and then हम क्या करेंगे, रिस्पेक्टिव कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स जनरेट करेंगे इसमें. ठीक है, सो वी कैन से इन एंड आउट सिग्नल्स आर जनरेटेड. And lastly we can say execution sequence, yes it will also see the execution sequence, किस manner में execution होना चाहिए. So that is also coordinated by the control unit कि किस order में, किस sequence में हम इस control signals को execution करते हैं. ठीक है, so it ensures that the instruction are executed in correct sequence. Sequence should be correct, no inappropriate sequence नहीं होना चाहिए. So that is the concept of this key functions. Okay, so अगर हम देखें, अगर एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ कंप्लीट इंस्ट्रक्शन अगर देखें तो हमारे पास क्या है, यहाँ पे दो R1 R2 रजिस्टर हैं. सो दिस आई टोल्ड यू दिस परफॉर्म इन व्हाट, सम पॉइंट ऑफ इन एंड आउट ऑपरेशन. ओके, सो PC out will be available initially, the location will be out and then the MAR in will be, means in means what, now it is available to take that instruction or take that memory address. So MAR will be available, then read control signals will be generated for reading that particular memory. Okay, then what is the add operation? Add, we need to add operation, so we need to mention this. So this is what, for this particular, these are what, time clocks. Okay, for particular T1 time it is generating this these type of control signals. For particular T2 it is controlling these type of control signals. So what is this wait WMFC? Okay, so wait for memory function complete. So whenever read and write operation perform hota hai jab bhi, to hum this micro instruction, this will wait for a memory time to read or write. After that it is going to perform that operation, next operation. Okay, so next MDR out is there and IR in is there. MDR out means what? The data received by MDR will be transferred to the IR. So IR is available now. Okay, next R1 ka content out, Y in, these are for the select line. Okay, whatever the complexity of the circuit is there, so we use what, multiplexer, other components in the circuit, so we need to activate that. For that purpose we are using this Y in. So जब हम circuit देखेंगे तो circuit के अंदर हमारे पास क्या होगा, these are using. Okay, next at T5 clock cycle R2 is out, and then we can say add operation is performed and Z in for the activation of getting the output to the bus. बस पे हमारे पास आउटपुट अवेलेबिलिटी कराने के लिए हम व्हाट वी यूज, दीज वी परफॉर्म Z in. And next at T6 clock cycle, what we do, Z out and R1 in, means the content has been stored to the R1. So this is the basic execution of a complete instruction, whatever the executing in a for a particular instruction. Okay, so next, clock management is the initial part. Okay, very important part in the clock management. So if we are performing the clock management, means what, the clock unit, what it see, basically synchronize the operation. Synchronize the operation means what, if one is performing, then it can affect the other also. Okay, so we can say synchronize karna kya, one by one order mein, in order fashion. Okay, so that is the work of this clock management. Interface control. Interface control means what, it manages the flow of data and control signals. How, in what manner the flow of data and control signals will be done in the circuit. So that is the concept of what, interface control. Okay, so ढेर सारे कंपोनेंट आपस में कनेक्टेड हैं और किस मैनर में वो डेटा फ्लो कर रहे हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो क्रूशियल. So that is what interface control is also important characteristic of this. Last one is what, exception handling. Okay, so whatever the exception is occurring, so that is also handled by this. Exception means what, if general random request has been generated, some interrupts had been caused, so that is handled by this control unit also. Okay, so next instruction register की अगर बात करें तो instruction register हमारे पास, हमें पता है instruction register, it is taking the data from MDR, it is decoding and it is executing. Okay, so that is the concept of what, the instruction register. So control signals अभी हमने देखा. Control signals को हम क्या बोलते हैं, basically these are electrical signals that is generated into computer. So we can say some in operation is there, some out operation is there. So ये flow किस में होते हैं, between the registers. Okay, so in and out operators operations are flowing between the different generation of the signals. Okay, the it includes command for fetching data, performing the arithmetic or logical operations, storing the results and managing the data. So these are the crucial operation for the control unit. Okay, so decoder, yes, we use decoder also. Some sequential and combinational circuit are also used in the control unit logic. So if we say about the hardwired control unit, we use decoder, encoder both at the same time. Okay, so decoder also is there and encoder is also there, so both can be used. Okay, साथ ही साथ हम देखेंगे क्या, clock generator is there, produces regular clock signals that synchronize. So clock generator we have to use for regular time interval, at what time interval which instruction it is going to perform, what control signal it is going to generate. So these are what, the clock generator. So next, what is the function of control unit? So it is using the instruction fetch, instruction decode and execution control. Okay, so these three things are very major concern of the control unit. Next बात करते हैं, these three are the major part of it. So next, types of control unit. Okay, so if we see the types of control unit, it is categorized mainly into two types, hardwired and microprogrammed. Now hardwired मतलब क्या होता है? So basically hardwired को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Some various component are connected with wired and a closed circuit is there. ठीक है, ढेर सारा closed circuit है and इसके अंदर different components हैं. These are connected together and when they are connected together, they are working as a unit. Okay, so जैसे ही unit के लिए work करेगा means what? In a hardwire control unit, it can use what? Combinational and sequential. Let's see the diagram. It will be more clear. So यहाँ पे हम क्या देख सकते हैं? यहाँ पे हमारे पास hardwire control unit है, ठीक है? So in this hardwire control unit, there is a control step counter. There is a fixed logic circuit. So here the decoder can also be implemented here. So from IR it can be decoder. Okay. So then it can be instruction encoder. We can use encoder here. Okay. Encoder. So control step counter क्या करेगा? कितने स्टेप में एक माइक्रो ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म हो रहा है, कितने स्टेप कितने क्लॉक साइकिल में परफॉर्म हो रहा है, दैट इज डन बाय द कंट्रोल स्टेप काउंटर. और साथ ही साथ यहाँ पे क्या होगा, दो सिग्नल एडिशनल इसमें जनरेट होंगे. कौन कौन से? एक एंड सिग्नल जनरेट होता है, एक रन सिग्नल जनरेट होता है. सो एंड मीन्स व्हाट? इफ एंड इज 0 मीन्स व्हाट? नो कंट्रोल स्टेप इज जनरेटेड, नो स्टेप फॉर द टाइम पीरियड जनरेट हुआ है, ठीक है. एंड one run control signal is there. So for run, what we used to do, one new instruction when it is arriving in the circuit, so run will be set to 1. Okay, so that will be the whole configuration of this hardwired control unit. Okay, so instruction register with the decoder and with the encoder. So encoder will encode and generate this control signal, whatever we have seen, this in and out operation. Okay, so this is the basic internal configuration of what? A hardwire control unit. So अभी हमने जो पीछे जितने भी हमने कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स जनरेट होते हुए देखे, लाइक इन आउट, एवरीथिंग इज जनरेटेड हियर. दीज आर व्हाट वी कॉल्ड एज अ कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स. ओके, so next, encoders convert. What it does, encoders convert whatever the 2 power n lines of input into the code of n bits. Okay, so encoder will give the correct n bits output. So these bits are what? 1 and 0. Okay, so नेक्स्ट अगर हम देखें कितने का स्टेप डिकोडर अगर हमें इसमें रिक्वायर्ड है, तो किस तरह से हम स्टेप डिकोडर को कॉन्फ़िगर करते हैं और कितने स्टेप डिकोडर हमें इसके अंदर रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं. So if we see, if maximum 10 step are required, 10 step means what we are saying, T1, T2, T3, T4. If we have maximum number of 10 step, then we implement 4 into 16 decoder. Okay, so similarly अगर हमारे पास if we have maximum 100 steps required, then we use what? 7 cross 128 instruction decoder. Okay, so this is what the configuration we have to take care. Okay, so maximum 100 hai, so it can be raised at the 2 to the power what? 7. So within that range the instructions time are there. Okay, so in maximum step is what? 100, so we can configure it within 7 into 128 step decoder. Okay, so run signal is there also as attached with there, end signal is also attached there in the hardwired. Okay, what is the meaning of run? So run signal always increment the step counter, say from T1. Okay, so if we are executing any instruction, so सबसे पहले क्या होगा? It is going to execute T1 clock cycle, then it is going to execute into T2, T3. So number of clock cycle is generated. Okay, so run क्या करेगा? इंक्रीमेंट करेगा कितने स्टेप्स में वो जनरेट हो रहा है. सो एट वन पॉइंट टाइम T1 is generated, then T2 is generated, then T3 is generated. So it always increment the clock cycle. And what is the meaning of this end? So end signal is used to reset the counter. Okay, कई बार इंस्ट्रक्शन जब कंप्लीट हो गया एग्जीक्यूशन, देन इट इज गोइंग टू रीसेट दैट वैल्यू. रीसेट मीन्स व्हाट? अ न्यू इंस्ट्रक्शन हैज बीन अराइज, सो कंप्लीट सर्किट हैज बीन रीसेट. Okay, for that purpose we are using this end signal. Okay, so what is the basic advantage of this? It provide highest speed. वायर्ड है तो वायर्ड में क्या होगा, कॉम्प्लेक्स इंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए दिक्कत कर सकता है, लेकिन अगर सिंपल एंड छोटे इंस्ट्रक्शन है सो इट विल हैव द वेरी हाईएस्ट स्पीड. ओके, बिकॉज इन दिस अगर हम माइक्रो प्रोग्राम की बात करें तो वहां पे हमें बिट्स को माइक्रो प्रोग्राम में माइक्रो रूटीन्स फिक्स होते हैं. लाइक इफ वी आर राइटिंग पीसी आउट देन पीसी इन. ओके, so these are already fixed. So in microprogrammed, what we have to do, only bits are changing. These bits are changing. Okay, so already programmed है वहाँ पे, ठीक है. Only the bits configuration has to be made. But in this, what we have, each component has to generate the control signal and each component had to send, and according to that कैसे होगा, तब ये execution करेगा. Okay, so it provide the highest speed. Wiring क्या है, setup of each instruction together. Okay, so we can see ढेर सारे कंपोनेंट क्या होंगे, आपस में कनेक्टेड होंगे. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. नेक्स्ट, फॉर सिंपल इंस्ट्रक्शन, अगर सिंपल इंस्ट्रक्शन है तो इट कैन परफॉर्म वेल, बट फॉर कॉम्प्लेक्स इट इज नॉट फिजिबल. ओके, so this is what the basic configuration of hardwired control unit. Of course, these are what the basic analysis of hardwired. Okay, सो ऑल्सो जो स्टूडेंट हमारे यूजीसी नेट कैशबैक प्रोग्राम के लिए एनरोल करेंगे, जो बच्चे ऑलरेडी दिसंबर ये जून के लिए अप्लाई कर चुके थे, वो अगर इनरोल करेंगे, री एग्जाम जो दे रहे हैं बच्चे, सो इफ दे विल क्वालिफाई JRF दे विल गेट 100% फी रिफंड एंड मेंटरशिप प्रोग्राम इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल फॉर JRF एंड नेट. ओके, this is applicable only for the student who are reappearing if they are enrolling. So if they are net qualified, then they will get 80% fee refund. Okay, so this is our foundation batch which is already running from 26, and the student who are preparing for paper 1 and paper 2 for respective domains, for all the domains, they can enroll yourself. Okay, next, so microprogrammed control unit का concept क्या है? What is the concept of microprogram? Okay, so it is saying that microprogrammed का मतलब क्या है? Already circuit के अंदर वो signals present हैं, ठीक है? Only we have to deal with what? Two things. One is on and second one is what? Off. Okay, so अगर हम देखें on and off का क्या concept होता है, ठीक है, microprogrammed में. So अगर हम ये सर्किट देखें, जैसे ये माइक्रो प्रोग्राम एड्रेस जनरेटर है, ठीक है, माइक्रो प्रोग्राम काउंटर है, तो सबसे पहले इंस्ट्रक्शन रजिस्टर इट इज गोइंग टू हिट, एंड इट दिस एड्रेस जनरेटर मींस व्हाट, दिस विल गिव द स्टार्टिंग एड्रेस वेयर दैट इंस्ट्रक्शन इज प्रेजेंट, स्टार्टिंग एड्रेस हम कह सकते हैं, ठीक है. सो आफ्टर दैट माइक्रो प्रोग्राम काउंटर विल हैव द फिक्स्ड प्री डिफाइंड, जैसे मैंने कहा कि यहाँ पे क्या होगा, पीसी आउट, पीसी इन. Okay, all will be aligned. Okay, MAR in, okay, then MDR out, like that. Okay, so जो bits already programmed है इसके अंदर, जो bits active होंगे at that point of time, it is going to be set 1, otherwise it is going to set 0, like that. Okay, so we'll see. So control store का मतलब क्या है और control signals का मतलब क्या है? So we will clear in this step. Okay, suppose we have 3 steps. Okay, so what I'm saying, at T1 clock cycle it is going to generate some bits, and these are what? Fixed. Okay, so this is representing one PC out. Okay, so this is representing one PC in. Okay, so every combination of this is called as a control word. Okay, इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? Control word. And individual or what? Individual bit. If we are taking any individual bit, these are what we call as a control signals. इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? Control signals. So ये फर्क है हमारे हार्डवायर्ड में और ये फर्क है हमारे किसमें? माइक्रो प्रोग्राम्ड में, ठीक है. So माइक्रो प्रोग्राम में कंट्रोल स्टोर, yes, it will take the all the control store means what? It is generating the sequence in which manner which bits combination are there, so it is going to hold, and after that a control signals will be generated. Okay, so these are individual control signals will be generated. So 0 is representing as off, matlab that bit is off, and 1 is represented means what? That bit is on. Okay, so this is what control signals. And unlike microprogrammed control unit which uses the microcode stored in memory, already these are in the memory, to control the CPU operation. हार्डवायर कंट्रोल यूनिट में हम क्या देखते हैं? हार्डवायर कंट्रोल यूनिट डायरेक्टली यूजेस द फिक्स्ड लॉजिक सर्किट, बट हियर in this no fixed logic circuit is available. Okay, we have to directly with the bits activation and deactivation will work like that. Okay, so this is what the major difference between this hardwired and microprogrammed control unit. Okay, so अगर हम efficiency की बात करें, if we talk about the efficiency, so efficiency के term में हम क्या कह सकते हैं? which is the most efficient. Okay, so ड्यू टू डायरेक्ट हार्डवेयर इंप्लीमेंटेशन, हम कह सकते हैं डायरेक्ट हार्डवेयर इंप्लीमेंटेशन किसके अंदर हो रहा है? सो हार्डवायर्ड कंट्रोल यूनिट आर ऑफन मोर एफिशिएंट इन द टर्म्स ऑफ पावर कंजम्पशन. ओके, पावर कंजम्पशन के टर्म में क्या होते हैं? ज्यादा एफिशिएंट होते हैं, एंड रिसोर्स यूटिलाइजेशन के कंपेयर्ड में भी क्या होते हैं? एफिशिएंट होते हैं हमारे कौन से? हार्डवायर कंट्रोल यूनिट. सो दीज टू थिंग्स आर वेरी वेरी क्रूशियल. ओके, सो वी कैन सी the structure of microprogram. Further, microprogram किसमें expand होता है? Microprogram is converted into two types, two categories. पहला क्या categories होता है? पहला category होता है हमारा horizontal, where horizontally expanding. When we say horizontal means क्या होता है? एक होता है horizontal expanding, and next one is what? Vertical expanding in microprogrammed. So when we talk about horizontal means what? If any additional clock signal is generated, the memory space is expanded. Okay, expanded, and we can see no decoder or encoder is used here in the horizontal. Okay, in this circuit. But for vertical, it is going to expand here in the vertical direction, and where we use what? Decoder. Okay, where we use the decoder or encoder, and this is going to enhance the, suppose n input line is there, so 2 raised to power n output lines will be there, so multiple signals will be generated. As we see decoder में हमने क्या देखा था? So if we have decoder here, see, so if we have decoder, so it is taking n bit line. Okay, n bit input it is taking, so it is getting the 2 to the power n lines it is getting. So for that reason, if we talk about this structure, so decoder, what it does, it will take an input line and it will expand vertically in the direction. Okay, so this microprogram can be further categorized between horizontal and दूसरा क्या है हमारा? Vertical. इन दो characterization में divide होते हैं. ठीक है? So that is the concept of what? Hardwired and microprogrammed control unit. And इस तरह से हम इन दोनों के बीच में क्या कर सकते हैं? Differentiate कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? So this is all for today's session. आज के सेशन में about we have talked about horizontal, we have talked about microprogrammed, how these are executing and how they are interconnected between that. So moreover, we will get into detail when we take a complete session of it. Okay, so this is the basic outlay you should know about the microprogrammed and horizontal. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for watching, for getting the idea about the microprogrammed and control unit. Okay, about the control, what exactly control unit perform. Okay, so I'll be connecting with you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.